I'll show you how to import images into Lightroom and then adjust them and then export them. So here I am in Lightroom. These are the modules or tabs. We really only need library and develop. I'm going to go to library and then I'm going to go over here to folders and I'm going to add a folder. So click on this little plus next to folders, click add folder. And when I do that, I can navigate to where my folder is inside process and inside process photos. I created a new one for this tutorial. And in here are all my images or raw images that I need to process. I'm going to click choose for that folder and it's going to say, hey, which ones do you want to import? I'm going to import all of them. It's not really, don't import select suspected duplicates. I've already imported these and Lightroom knows that. Even though these are copies, it's saying, hey, you did this already. Well, I'm trying to demo, so let me do it Lightroom. So I'm going to click import on all these, and then I can sort them later inside Lightroom. So here I am inside Lightroom, and I'm going to go to the Develop tab. And from here, I'm going to pick the ones I want. I could also do this from the Library tab, so if I wanted to pick and view them from here, I could do that. Let's just do that really quick. I need one of every shot, and so ones that I like, I'm going to hit P for pick, and X for, I don't want to pick, pick, X, pick. Actually, let's get rid of these. Pick. I'm hitting P for pick, and pick. And which one's better? Probably this one, so let's get rid of that and click pick. So now I've picked the ones I want. I need 3 of each shot. Unfortunately for the first 2 buildings I didn't shoot an isometric view, so don't worry about that. And I'm going to go to filter over here on the right, down here in this film strip. And I'm going to filter by flagged. And I want to show the ones that I've X'd or rejected. Because now I can select all those, hold shift, and I can just hit delete. And I'm going to delete from disk as well, because I don't need those. Actually, let's do all these, right click, remove photos, delete from disk. So you do have to right click delete to delete all of them. Now, take off that filter, I'm left with just my good ones. We'll head over to develop. So the develop module over here, I can select my first photo. And now I'm going to, let's move me out of the way. Dane, you're in the way. I'm going to edit this in develop. And I'm just going to do basic edits, right? Right here at the top of our edit module or panel on the right, is really all I need is just these things here. Exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, texture, clarity, dehaze, vibrance, saturation. That's pretty much all I need, as well as some crop tools. So I'm going to adjust the exposure first, like that. If I wanted to set the white balance, I could grab this little dropper here and pick a white or gray area to select. I kind of like the white balance as is, and it's not that big of a deal in this case. After that, like maybe some contrast, maybe shadows, not really, because this is, I'll bring those shadows up just a little to make the shadows not so dark. This was shot in a light tint, so the lighting is pretty good. Things like clarity, don't want to mess with that. Maybe saturation, right? This is supposed to be a big, bright, beautiful painted building, toxic candy style, so yeah, some saturation, maybe some vibrance. And that's pretty much it. This thing's good to go. Last thing I'm going to do is actually crop it. So there's a crop tool up here. I don't need all that white space, so I'm going to go ahead and crop it. In fact, I'm going to change it to 1:1 ratio, because that fits a little better for my thing. And I'm going to fit it in frame, leaving a bit of padding, just a bit. And then I'll hit close here. And now this guy's ready. Now, I've done all that work. I can right click that, go to develop settings, copy those settings, and I'm going to copy I'm gonna copy basically everything and the crop. Watch this. Now I can select all my other ones. I'll choose one, hold shift, select connected ones. If I want specific ones, I can use command on a Mac to select and deselect. Now that I've selected all these, I'm gonna right click on them, go to develop settings, paste settings. Bam. It has now pasted all those settings to each one. It takes a second for the thumbnails to update. And all I really need to go in and change is maybe the crop here. I can hit enter to do that quickly. Just editing this crop. Maybe this is a little tighter crop. There we go. And again, just going to edit the crops on these. Maybe the exposure a little bit. These are a little dark. And when I'm in that crop, I can also do rotation. So like that, if it's not quite. This one I can't quite get right, but that's okay. Now these other ones here, they're a little overexposed because the way I shot them was different. So I will go in and just fix the exposure in these. Hitting enter. Again, I'm trying to align these. So I'm changing the exposure. I'm adjusting the alignment of the crop to get exactly what I want. This. There we go. This one's definitely a bit off because it was handheld. That's okay. I can come in, change the rotation, make it nice and perfect. Same with this one. The crop is quite a bit off. So, change the exposure. Maybe adjust that one more time. There we go. Good enough. All right, they're all edited. That didn't take very long because I really only needed to edit one. Should be a little brighter. Okay, now I'm going to export these. I'm going to select them all. Again, holding shift, right click, and I'm going to go to export, and then export again. From here, I'm going to make sure the export location is the same folder as the original, and I'm going to put it in a subfolder underscore exports underscore, keeps that folder at the top of all my folders on Mac and PC. So that is very handy. I'm also going to rename it. Custom name. What is my name supposed to be for this? Let's see. I can't even remember what I named mine. Bean scale building, painted and unpainted. So for each one, I'll just say bean scale building. And JPEG settings are fine. This is a point, if you set all this up, I like to create a user preset that does that. In fact, I already did. It's right there. And it usually has my name in it already, the same folder as original. I can just keep reusing that, so I don't have to do this every time. It does remember your settings when you export, but if you want to do different settings, create a user preset down here. All right, this is ready to export. Bam. And now it's going to export all 10 files. So if I go to that folder, here's my exports folder. There they all are. They've already exported. Done with Lightroom, ready for the next step.